Welcome to Tourism Talk. I'm your host, Mary Hammond, Director of the Paducah Convention and Visitors Bureau. Thank you for joining us today. Our guest on Tourism Talk today is Gail Robinson-Butler, Director of the Clemens Fine Arts Center, located on the campus of West Kentucky Community and Technical College. Yes, we're getting used to saying that. It's taken us a while. Welcome.
Thanks, Mary. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, well, it seems like here's a whole year has gone by. Doesn't seem like it's been that long, and ready for a fresh season in the 40th year of the Focus Performing Arts.
Yes, well, actually it's been called several different things through its history, but this is the 40th year that this college has presented performing arts on this campus. It started out in 1967 in RA 111, before the theater and the building that we're sitting in now was even built. And they did their first annual Festival of Fine Arts in 1967 with student productions, readers theater, new one acts, and a lot of interesting and exciting things even back then.
I like that idea of a festival. We need to hold on to that idea.
A Festival of Performing Arts?
Yes, I do. I like that. But that's another show.
That is another,
right.
And another day.
And another day, yes. We don't need anything else on the list of things to do.
Right.
But at the moment, here we are, and you're talking about this building. And the name of this building
is the Clemens Fine Arts Center. And we have, you know, we were talking before the show, and we're a very well-kept secret, I think. A lot of people come in and say, gosh, we didn't know this was here, or we didn't know that you did all of these things. And we are here, and we do quite a few things each season, and our center is a lovely 472-seat theater, and we have a small visual arts gallery in our lobby. So we do a lot of exciting things here.
I think what I really enjoy about the theater is that there's so much leg room.
We call that European style seating. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. It's so nice.
It is. It's
when
very
you're sitting
comfortable.
In your seat, there's actually room for someone to stand up and walk right in front of you. There's an aisle right in front of you.
That's right.
It's so comfortable.
Thank you.
And the seats are nice and a good size.
And it's an intimate theater.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of people say this, but there really is not a bad seat in our theater because they're all very, very intimate and relatively close to the stage. So you can see and hear very well from
There's
everywhere.
no head dodging because of the way the seats are. You truly are a head above the person in front of you. It's very nice. So let's go to this well-kept secret here.
Right.
And people say, well, it's at the college. Now, where is it? So tell us a little bit about this physical location.
Well, we're of course right off Interstate 24, and we're at as I said, the Student Center Fine Arts building on campus. So if you come into the main gates of WKCTC campus and go to the first stop sign, there will be a little guardhouse on your right. You want to turn left. There will be a big parking lot in front of you, and the street that runs in front of the parking lot will take you directly to our building. So park in one of the last parking areas before you leave the parking lot, and the building is right in front of you. Come in the big glass doors and you will be facing the theater lobby.
Now, this is not to be confused with getting to the end of that and taking a sharp left and going to the engineering school.
That is right. No, we don't want to do that.
Yes, just when you get to the end of that first parking lot, park right there and go across the street into the doors. And although there is a box office there, the night of the performances, if you want tickets, you should call.
Yes, for advanced ticket sales, call Julie Moore, and our box office number is 270-534-3212.
And although there are tickets the night of the show, you usually have some tickets?
It depends on the show.
On the show, that's right.
I mean, we did several of our, as you know, we do more than one series here at the college, and our Focus subscription series was the first that we started to do, and it is probably still the most popular. And so many of the shows for that series end up being sold out prior to the event.
Well, let's talk about this Focus series, because this really is the core of this the program.
I think that it still probably is, even though we've done a lot of new things recently. The Focus series is still the heart of what we do, and it's a very diverse performing arts series. We start on October the 13th with Von Heidecke's Chicago Festival Ballet performance of Cinderella. and it's going to be a lovely full-length performance of Cinderella, and we're going to audition prior to the performance for local and regional dancers to perform with the company on the evening of the show.
Sure. That's great. Now, this is a Saturday night, which is always nice.
It is.
This will be for all ages. And
Oh, absolutely.
all ages, and there will having the local people participate. It's just wonderful. The local dancers.
Well, it's a good opportunity for them to perform with a professional company on a stage that, you know, they might not have that opportunity otherwise, even though they do lots of competitions. To perform with these dancers in that particular program is something that they may never have had the opportunity to do. So we're very excited about that. Plus, it's a great audition process for them, so they learn about the audition process, and if they have aspirations to be a professional dancer later, that's a very important lesson for them to learn.
Something that always surprises me is really the value of the tickets here. You have a good cost for the,
we're the best bargain in town. I believe that with all my heart. An adult ticket is $18 and a student child ticket is $10. If you buy our entire season, which is chock full of wonderful things to see and hear, you can get that for $75. Although we encourage people to, you know, up that to a patron or a friend and give us $100 for a patron ticket or $200 for a friend, because the cost of a ticket here does not come anywhere close to covering the cost of the performance and what we do.
when you get the tickets for the series, what does it cover? Just the Focus series?
Yes.
Just the Focus.
Yes, just the Focus series. So we're color coded in our brochure for the first time, and we are color coded in the Focus series are green. So anything in the green tabbed pages is covered in a season ticket.
Now these are hot off the press.
Hot off the press.
So even though I've got my tickets for the season, because I knew it would be a good one,
Right.
this is new, and we're going to kind of work our way through this.
Yes.
I do have to add one thing. Something I really enjoyed last season was when you get the notices of the special things, such as the college cooking a meal that coordinates with the play.
Yes.
And I loved that. I thought those were wonderful additions. So there is the extra things that you hear about when you do get the subscription that's just not really open to the public.
Right.
Right
One
away.
of the things that I think that we can do here, because we are a smaller theater and a smaller venue, is I have a lot of personal contact with our subscribers. Both Julie and I do. And so before every event, as a season subscriber, you get a letter from me or a flyer from me, and saying, this is what's next. If it's not part of the series that you have purchased, we give you that advance notice so you can have an opportunity to buy tickets.
And they're always fun extra events.
They really are.
That's great.
Like the dinner that was,
Sure.
cooked by our culinary arts department.
It was fabulous.
It's a great partnership that we
Yes.
have with them.
It was great. Looks like there's something at least every month.
At least.
At least.
And maybe,
more.
I think, more
Yes.
than that. Especially if you, go outside of the Focus series and investigate
Right.
other things. I think there's something every month in the Focus series, and sometimes two.
That's great.
So after we do Cinderella in October, and that will be the first show of our Focus season, so that's our big opening kickoff. If you become a contributor to the Focus season and you buy a patron ticket or at a level above, you are invited to a patron party prior to the show on the 13th. So anyone who would like to go that extra little bit and be included in those kind of things, we have a good time. I think you usually come, and we have a good time.
Well, $100 for the whole season.
Right.
Gosh.
And then to get this great party on top of it all.
and the party. So going into November, the Ink Spots.
The Ink Spots.
That's
and
great.
They're legendary. They had, I think, 40 million selling records, and
sure.
what a
80
wonderful
hit
world.
records.
Yes.
And then not counting the sales. That's
Right.
unbelievable.
Right. And they had What a Wonderful World, and lots of songs that have become anthems for the Ink Spots, and they will be here, and let's see how well my memory is working today, on November the 17th, which is also a Saturday evening, and they will do a full length show with an intermission, and It should be a great night, a lot of fun.
You don't even know that you know these songs.
Right,
They've just
tell us
been
some
such-
of those
They've just,
songs.
If I Didn't Care, I'll Never Smile Again, To Each His Own, What a Wonderful World. But there's songs that you've really grown up with and you've heard and you just don't even know that they're
Right.
doing spots. And there are
Right.
many more than that.
Right, and
Many more.
we were talking about this earlier, and now the ink spots are called nostalgia, and you know they were very popular in the 50s and the 60s and on into the early 70s, but they're still a wonderful performing group.
Well, it's happy music.
It is happy music, and
It
we
is.
like that.
It's good for the soul. That's
Right.
right. Well, then we go right into December, which will
And
be here
December's-
before we turn
yes,
around.
And December's always a busy month for everybody, but we will be doing on Sunday, December the 2nd in the afternoon at 3, our free offering to the public. It's our free Christmas gift to the community. Our WKCTC Community Chorus and Friends will be presenting our holiday concert on that day, and it will be special holiday songs that you're familiar with, some work that you may not be quite as familiar with, and then we end it all with a holiday sing-along.
Of course.
And that's fun. You know, it helps you get in the spirit. Plus the Arts Reach Paducah Singers, which are our neighborhood after-school program. It's a group of children who live in mostly Paducah Housing Authority sites, and they have been working all summer and on into the fall, and they'll be performing at that concert.
It's a perfect family outing on a Sunday
is.
afternoon, a nice way to enjoy the holidays. It's really nice. Well, good. Mark that calendar, Sunday, September 2nd, 3 in the afternoon. Get home before it gets dark.
Right, right.
good.
And then on December the 15th, which is also a Saturday, Purple Haze, Northwestern University's a cappella group, will be here, and they will be doing a wonderful performance that day.
So I can hear someone in the background right now going, "Oh man, a Hendrix revival." No.
That's true, Purple Haze.
Purple
that's
Haze,
True.
but-
That may be where they got that name.
Oh, no.
But they will be here that day, and Vic Mazzone, who is a former Paducah Tillman High School graduate and a member of Paducah Tillman's a cappella group, Prime Rib, is now with Purple Haze. So it's going to be a great family reunion, and so we're going to bring in Prime Rib and Concordia. Concordia is PTHS girl group, and so they'll be coming in to open the show that night. So it's going to be a great deal of fun, and we're already getting lots of calls for
Oh,
tickets.
I'm sure you are. Of course, I'm part of the Vic Mazzone fan club. So.
That's right. He's a great kid.
Oh,
He's
yes,
also
he
their
is.
business manager.
Oh, well, I didn't realize that. Well, it'll be a great concert.
It
and
will.
So many talented young people with no accompaniment.
Right, and they do really amazing things with those vocals, so
They
you
do.
won't miss the accompaniment at this show.
Oh, no. Well, I look forward to that. But I don't think they'll sing any Hendrix.
You don't think so?
No.
You never know with
You
them.
never,
They
that
may
is the truth.
surprise
You
us,
never
you
know. Gosh. All right. So the next performance isn't just vocal, but it's actually a play.
It is. It's a musical, and it's The Taffetas, and it's by Springer Theatricals, and they're a Georgia theatrical group. And The Taffetas is a wonderful show about all the girl groups of the 50s. And if you ever watch Lawrence Welk, then you're familiar with some of those groups, some of those songs. And so The Taffetas was not a real group. It's just the name of the group in our play. And 4 sisters from Muncie, Indiana, form a singing group, and they're on a national television show making their singing debut.
Like
and
an
it
Ed
takes you
Sullivan
through-
type
yes,
show?
Yes,
Yes,
or
okay.
maybe like the Lawrence Welk
Lawrence
show.
Welk show.
Right.
Well, I was looking at their songs. Oh, my goodness. Are you okay?
I am. I'm
All
fine.
right. Mr. Sandman.
Right.
Gosh, I'm sorry. Johnny Angel.
See
you
the
know,
USA
Puppy
in
Love.
your Chevrolet, you
Oh,
know.
no.
Right.
It's like, that was
and
a real
how much
song?
is that doggy in the window? You know, it was a real song. I
know.
didn't know that until this play, but it really was a real song.
We do learn about some songs through
Right.
commercials. It's
And,
amazing.
you know, this part of the promotions of this show that I've really picked up on is, you know, go back to a Sunday night on your 12-inch black and white television set and what it was like in the 50s. So it's a whole different kind of feel. So it'll be a great, fun night. And again, that's on Tuesday, January the 29th.
a good midwinter activity.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Get out of the
A lot
house.
of fun.
Get
Yeah,
out
and
of
it's
the
getting
house.
dark really early then,
Yeah.
so instead of sitting home watching TV, come on down and pretend you're watching TV a long time ago with us.
We want to play dress up. We always wore those taffeta dresses.
Yes.
Playing, a neighbor gave us a
Maybe
box
we
full
should
of
do that.
those.
You could get a group of people to come in and dress in 50s
That could
costumes.
be
It could be fun.
fun. Big hair.
Big hair.
Big dresses.
The
Okay.
flippy thing.
The flippy- oh, we're getting silly here. Okay. So moving on to February, the end of February.
Yes, and this show is, I have to say, one of my favorites for our entire season. It's from my hometown. It's produced by Downstairs Cabaret Theater in New York, and immediately before this show comes to us, it will be at the Apollo Theater in New York.
I'm very impressed.
Yes, I mean immediately before it comes to us, days
great.
before it comes to us. And it's called From My Hometown, and it takes a look at R&B music, Motown, wonderful, wonderful songs all the way from like the 1950s
Yes.
on up.
Oh, I'm seeing the list here, just like the others. A
Yes.
totally different genre, but they're, I think that's how you say that.
Yes, it is, genre.
Chain Gang, sitting on the dock of the bay, Lonely Teardrops.
I feel
gosh,
good.
We're going to be singing all year.
That's right, we are going to be singing all year. And Downstairs Cabaret Theater is a wonderful theatrical group from New York, and they actually mounted, which means they did the first show of Forever Plaid.
I saw that here
Yes, you did.
years ago.
Years ago, but not by this particular company.
No.
They did the original off-Broadway version in New York.
And Nonsense,
Yes.
which we also saw here.
Yes, Nonsense I think you may have seen at the Market House Theater. Maybe we did it here, I don't know.
I'm confusing
40
that.
years is really a long time.
I'm confusing that with the patent leather shoes.
Oh, that was a whole different show. Whole different era.
Similar.
But anyway, Ain't Misbehavin'
Oh, that-
was here in
That's great.
2003, and Downstairs Cabaret Theater did do that show.
Wow, that's
So it's going to be a great, fun night too.
good. 3 decades of top 40 hits.
Right, and remember,
Gosh.
all of this is included in one season ticket. So get them now. And then we are going to have even more fun in April. We take a little break from the Focus series, not from the other things that we have going on, because we're doing something really important at that time. We are producing Little Shop of Horrors ourselves this year. And I don't know, a lot of people have seen shows that we do here. The Mikado was last season.
Fabulous.
And it was a wonderful
Yes.
performance. This year we're taking a complete different direction with Little Shop. And Little Shop is a wonderfully funny show with great music again, and it's about Seymour, who works in a florist shop on Skid Row, and the young woman who Seymour falls in love with, and a man-eating plant from another planet.
Aubrey.
Audrey. Okay. Audrey 2, who is named after Seymour's love, Audrey 1.
Oh, wow.
So it's a great show.
And a little bit of a cult following.
Yes, of course.
It'll be fun.
It'll be a lot of fun, and you will see local performers in that show, and auditions will be held in January, and we will produce the show the 25th, the 26th, and the 27th of April.
I would think with the depth of the talent in this area, it's hard to cast a play and make the decisions.
Oh, it is. But casting is a huge part of the
Yes.
success of a show. You know, good casting can save you a lot of grief later on.
Well, it's been tried and true here. It's a good job. Well, once again, we get to a spring concert.
Yes.
Another freebie.
That's right.
Another gift to the
freebie.
community in the springtime to help celebrate spring. We would have made it through the Dogwood Trail and the Quilt Show. And here,
an entire busy season here.
yes, right. And then what a nice way to end the semester.
Right, and we will be again with the West Kentucky Community and Technical College Chorus, and they will be performing with their friends again, and they'll be doing a Pops concert, and they'll be doing some Broadway numbers and lots of fun things.
Well, it's really become a tradition to have this concert.
It has. And again, it's on a Sunday afternoon. It makes it easy for people to come. It's at 3 o'clock. It lasts, you know, about an hour, maybe a little bit more. And it's a wonderful show, wonderful way to kick off summer.
I really think that even though the Dogwood Trail would have officially ended, you know, people say, oh, we missed the trail. No, not really, because the spring is just the beginning of the flowers coming up, the trees being in bloom. What a nice time to spend it, have a lunch, do a nice drive with the community, see how beautiful we are in the springtime, and then come here and enjoy the music, the pop concert.
I mean, because it's a proven fact, Mary, that coming and listening to beautiful music is a really uplifting experience.
Put a smile on your face.
That's right.
That is good. Well, let's switch gears completely and do one of the other series.
Okay.
Or do you want to wrap this up with a little bit about making sure to get your tickets?
Yes, let's do. The tickets are available now for this season, and you can get them by calling 534-3213. If there's information about a show that you want to learn, all you have to do is log on to our website at artsinfocus.org, and you can find
straight
out
to it, artsinfocus.org.
Okay. Will take you straight to our homepage, and you can find out information about all of our upcoming events, including the exhibits in the Visual Arts Gallery.
Which you don't want to miss that.
No, and those are fun too, and we do a lot of those. We have receptions for, opening receptions, and the artists are here, so you can come and meet the artist.
We don't want anyone to say there's nothing going on, because there is something going on. Yes, and that's just here on campus.
Right.
You're not even talking about the rest of the community.
That's
so
right.
there is no excuse for sitting at home.
That's right. There's a lot of things going on, and one of our goals is that our offerings are affordable to everyone.
Yes.
So that leads me again to say, get your season ticket to the Focus series, which is the one we just discussed, and they're $75. I mean, really and truly, I think it's $7 to go to a movie now. Right. So. You know, you can't beat that price anywhere. And I really encourage people to get season tickets because you already have them. It cuts out sitting in line or waiting in line. You don't get to sit. You have to stand in line and wait for, you know, tickets to be available the night of the show. Plus, if you have season tickets, you get the best seats in the house.
Although there are no bad seats.
There are not.
Well, let's not talk about the seats. Let's go backstage.
Okay.
What's going on backstage?
Backstage Pass. Backstage Pass is our coffee house series. And it's actually one of the favorite things for me that we do here. We set up tables and chairs on stage, put the artist on stage, so you're right there with them, and you're up close and personal as it's going to get. And we recently produced our first Backstage Pass with Robert Lee Kesselman, who is a Grammy Award-winning writer, writes for Alison Krauss and Alan Jackson, Chet Atkins, and I could go on.
Well, you know, right now someone's going, I can't believe I missed that.
I know.
Well, that's just the shape of the things to come.
That's right, it is. Because in November, we'll be doing another Songwriters Night. We'll be doing Writers in the Round, and we'll be working with the Western Kentucky songwriters and their professional consultant, who is Kenya Walker from Nashville. So on that night, you'll get to hear Kenya Walker play, Janet Miller from Murray, Justin Hatcher from Paducah, and Derek Watson from Hopkinsville. And all of those guys are really great musicians and songwriters.
Our own little Bluebird Cafe.
That's right.
I love it.
That is what it is, our own little Bluebird. And then in January, we'll bring Terry Mike Jeffrey and family and friends in to do a Backstage Pass. You'll sit up on stage with him. It's all acoustic music.
Okay.
He plays the piano, he plays the guitar. Adam comes sometimes and plays sax. Terry also plays a mean sax. And you know, Debbie does keyboards.
$5?
$5 at the door. And then you can buy desserts and coffee.
Sure. Now, if the stage overflows,
and it does sometimes. You can move out into the audience.
Okay, that's great. I'm glad to know that.
But you have to watch us, because it may not be, we may put the audience over in the wings.
Sure.
So, you know, you may have to sit over to the side so you can see. It's a whole different theatrical experience, and we did it with a purpose.
That's exciting. Is that your idea?
It was.
I know. I can sort of tell. Well, and it goes on again in February, another Songwriters Night.
Right.
That's great.
And right now I'm still accepting songwriters who want to perform at that. I have 2 that I know of now.
Good. There are more out there than you would guess, just like the filmmakers.
We have partnered with the songwriters this year, and in fact the West Kentucky songwriters are going to start meeting on this campus on the 3rd Thursday of every other month, starting in September.
I hope you heard that. Okay, then another series, the campus series, and although we've just recently had a campus series.
Right. With Halfway to Hazard, a great hot country group that has been on tour with Faith Hill and Tim McGraw.
There we go again.
Missed it.
Where were we? I know.
Right, but now listen,
in
the
March,
Tensions Mountain Boys featuring Chris Thiele. Chris Thiele is probably the mandolin virtuoso of the world right now, and he was formerly with Nickel Creek. They've already played at Carnegie Hall in New York City, so you can see them on this stage for $15.
I'll be Googling him so I can learn more about him.
Yes.
That's good. Yeah, even $15. What a treat that is.
And our students and other students can come for $5.
Well, I see though, it looks like you're really helping the songwriters along as we go into the keynote series where we already talked about that, sorry.
Well, no, actually we talked
Castleman.
about Castleman doing
Yes.
Backstage Pass, but he also did a songwriters seminar, which was very interesting.
Okay.
We had 48 songwriters come, and
Wow.
it was a special seminar
Sure.
for them, and they talked about lyric writing, music publishing business, which a lot of folks
Sure.
need help with, and then he listened to 4 or 5 of them perform their songs.
That's the best. That's
And
the
he went
best.
away with lots of CDs in his hand.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he did. Well, we've seen some of our local groups grow.
We
and,
have.
And this is just the beginning of it. This is just fertile ground.
We do a lot of arts education here too, which I think is part
Yeah.
of the goal
But
of this college and part of the mission for the
Sure.
Fine Arts Center.
Well, the makeup workshop or the talent shows. There's so
The
many.
one-act plays,
the one-act
that the
plays.
students will be
That's right.
performing later, and all of those will be in a studio kind of situation, which means they have a little more freedom than if we're doing it as part of a main stage series.
So you may have thought that if you wanted to study theater, performing arts, that you had to go away, but you don't. Here in our own hometown,
You can start doing
really
things right
start,
here. Mhm.
And as the same with here, working on Channel
Right.
Channel 2. I mean, this is
Exactly.
what wonderful experience.
Exactly, and in fact, you're probably going to get more hands-on experience here than you will at a 4-year school because we have them for a shorter period of time, and fewer of them.
Well, I hope that you will remember the number of the box office.
270-534-3212. And please check out our visual arts offerings on our website as well.
And what I was going to say, if you've got that phone number, Julie is just your gateway to the
She
other
is.
information.
She
She'll
is.
answer any questions that you have, not only about the different series, the prices, but also about what's happening here at the school.
Oh, I walked in the other day, and Todd Birdsong is our technical director and a wonderful TD at that. But I walked in the other day, and Julie had been out sick, and I have been too. And Todd said, there were these folks here wanting to buy tickets, and I told them that I would have Julie call them. But I took them into the theater and showed them where their seats might be. And so I thought that was, what a nice personal touch.
Yes, I would say Julie would probably take them around everywhere here, here on campus. Gail, thank you for being here with us. I do want to say you've got the artsinfocus.org.
Yes.
And from there you can get to the college website.
Absolutely.
And
you can also get to artists who are going to be performing's
Direct
website
links.
as well. And I think we
Right.
have video up.
And
right
I know,
now.
oh good, good. I also know on our own website, Paducah.travel, that you connect right through, so there's no reason for you not to be informed
Yes.
what's going on. Go to our website, that Paducah.travel, download the calendar of events, put it on the refrigerator so you'll know what's going on.
We're also listed on iList.
iList, isn't that great?
I love
Oh,
iList.
I know, it's great.
And the
That's-
work they're doing in town.
Yes, that's good. We'll see you on the campus at the Clemens Fine Arts Series. Thank you for joining us.